that because love is fleeting, character would be a better thing to look at?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying. That's from Nene in London. Fred in Borai says, good morning, Daniel. I'll choose love over character because when she loves you and she has a bad character, you can definitely make her change because she loves you. Najele says, I beg, I'll choose character. Oh, I chose love some years ago and I have regretted. Daniel, good morning. I'll choose character because that will give me peace of mind and the love will be developed with time. That's what Clarissa is saying from Sakumono Estates. Daniel, good morning. My name is Philip Ashaiman, Lebanon. I really doubt that.
No, I think he's Philip from Ashaiman, Lebanon.
He says, my name is Philip Ashaiman, Lebanon. Please. I will choose character in search of a life partner. Good morning, Daniel. A choice between love and character. Please, all the love will be shown. The character of Gandhi will be displayed till you put that stone on the finger. Then boom, it's all the world wars put together. And finally, okay, I'm going to keep going for a while. Mr. Darcy, I'll choose character over love because you can develop love for someone with a good character. That's from Sajay in Ablekuma. Good morning, Daniel. I'll choose love because without love, there is no peace and character can be adopted. That's from Sarah Amanful in Winneba.
So those are some of your messages, and keep them coming through. 0244340437, 0244340437. Remember, the question is that when you're choosing your life partner, which of these makes a bigger consideration, love or character? Before we begin today's conversation, though,
you know what they say. They say third time is always a charm. Before we set the ball rolling, can we have a moment of silence?
Okay, so we are going to have some filler this morning, right?
With no violence.
We have had a lot of conversations this week on the Super Morning Show. And if you've missed it this week, this week, the conversation on the Super Morning Show began not on Monday, but on the wee hours of Sunday morning.
Dear Sakwani, Opaso, and Antugana, my Opasanto, and Eba. What did you sabre?
The Shatawale Stonebwoy feud went to another level when the Dancehall Commando marched onto the stage as the Ashaman-based artist was receiving his VGMA honor for Reggae Dancehall Artist of the Year. Stonebwoy pulled a gun. The ceremony was halted for close to an hour. And on Monday,
as you already heard, on the night of the event, we withheld two announcing two categories because we didn't want to continue to fuel the tensions between the two camps. But we also agree that there's a lot of competition in the industry, but we would rather encourage healthy rivalry and more of fans than fanatics.
Is that to suggest that Shatta or Stonebwoy won any of those two awards?
Yes.
Who won which?
We'll announce that at the first briefing. And we'll then announce the actions thereafter.
Did Shatta win Artist of the Year?
I cannot say now.
Most popular song?
Yeah, I cannot say now. But, I mean, just in good time, all of that will be dealt with. As you can imagine, we have so many stakeholders that we've had to reach out to over this short period to, apologize to and to allay their fears and concerns. So, everything is going to be attended to in due course, but all of that will be addressed. And I'm sure we'll be able to put this to rest.
That was Teresa Ayoade, she's the CEO of Charterhouse Productions. She was speaking to us on Monday. Now, quick update on that. The VGMA board has decided to ban both artists indefinitely, strip them of all awards won that night, and annul the awards for Artist of the Year and Song of the Year. On Tuesday, the Baby Jet crashed our dreams when he announced an early retirement from national team duties. Listen to a spokesman tell us why.
He had a call from the coach. He thought he was calling to maybe congratulate him after scoring, but rather to find out that he was asking him to come public, do an announcement telling the whole of Ghana that he is not ready to wear the armband again, but then he wants to give it to the deputy captain, Deda Ayew, as they are preparing for the AFCON. It never ended there, because Apia also asked him to sleep over it and then come back again when he considers it prudent to release the armband to the skipper or the deputy captain. So upon series of consultations with the family and the friends, we arrived that he should call back Kwesi again and tell him to find out where exactly the decision was coming from. Earlier, somewhere on the 10th of May 2019, we had a report on Ghana Web that stated Kwesi's plan for Asamoah Gyan going to AFCON. But there's this purported plan. Okay. And so there was this prophetic gimmick inside this statement. And if you can permit me, I can read just a section of it.
There was a very, very, very lively conversation with Kweku Obeng, who speaks for Asamoah Gyan on Tuesday morning. But after an intervention for the president, Asamoah Gyan changed his mind. Ghana now has the most retirement returnees in African football. But sports consultant and analyst Moses For Amoning says it's not over.
It is part of the nature of the job, and I'm insisting that there are good people in this country who can manage this situation and ensure that going forward the right principles are laid down as to how to move from one captain to the other. I think that's part of the whole problem as well. We don't seem to have a system. Sometimes it's seniority, sometimes it's favoritism, and it doesn't help. And sometimes it's even the occult or spiritual matters, and that's a fact. And I'm saying so because if you go and look at the technical report produced by Stefanovic, the coach who coached the Black Stars in 2013, he said some of the players were using juju. These are facts. And it is important that, as we say in Akanya, let's open up these things and talk about it so that we can have permanent solutions to the problem. Otherwise, we're just scratching the surface.
That was Wednesday. On Thursday, we interrogated the claims of a man who was touting a potential cure for HIV.
What we are saying is the center is going into, that is why a paper was presented to the president that let's do for us about 70%. We think that it is above the cross mark. So let's have experts to do further studies on it for them to come and tell us that this is ABC. My brother, we've spent a lot, and at a point of time, we borrowed money from money lenders to do research. Why people have money and they use it for other things that are not beneficial to people living with HIV? It is so for us, for the Center of Awareness, what we've done, and if you want to claim anything, we wouldn't have presented what we have done with our hard-won money. Millions of dollars have been spent, and we give it to the presidency that do further research on it so that Ghana can own this. I don't see where the question should come. Where have you got into? 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 I think we are going to do a proper presentation on our findings that will be appreciated by all scientists, that at least, single-handedly, we have been able to do something without any support from donor institution or whatever.
Whew, what a week it's been. And if you missed any of it, that was a quick wrap of that. However, for today, you know what we're talking about. Economic status, compatibility, the list goes on. But what if there were only two sides to choose from? Purely based on love or based on character? Do you choose someone you love in spite of red flags waving in hopes that time will change them? Or do you choose a person of good character, hoping that their character over time will inspire love within them? We hear the stories of men and women who chose one over the other and how it worked out for them. Mansa chose a man she adored in spite of him being a heavy drinker and philanderer, hoping that over the years he will settle down and change. 6 years into their marriage, how has that worked out?
I met my husband, Ricky, at an event I was ushering for. And he came in with a girl. I mean, I suppose it was his girlfriend, but I later got to find out it was a girl that was really into him, but he wasn't into him, into her. So this is me after a year find myself dating Ricky. The guy was good, trust me. And he was all sorts of amazing. Just that he had this drinking problem. He constantly said it would stop because of work stress and that his mom wasn't feeling well, so he was a bit restless. It was his go-to. You know how sometimes like everybody has a go-to thing when they are stressed or frustrated. Well, what was I thinking? I thought he would stop. And again, he also, I won't say he liked women, but Ricky is friends with anything and scared. Because he's witty, I felt like, a lot of women were going to draw to him. But I mean, I was the one he told he loved. I was the one he got married to. So I had the ring. I had it. So what else? But 2 years into our marriage, nothing has changed. And I'm here wondering, even after we had our first kid, the drinking stopped a bit, but everybody goes through stress. I work, he works too, but I have a baby I'm taking care of. Sometimes I need him to bathe our child, but when he gets back from work, he's tipsy and all smelly, and I'm wondering if that's what my baby needs. For 3 years I've known this man, and I thought when we get married, all this will stop. The women will stop calling, sending nudes, stop texting at night when we're in bed, like something. It's crazy, but I told my pastor about it, just so he can call him and talk about this, because I don't have anywhere to go. Am I meant to be starting my life afresh? The insecurities are getting worse every day. Anytime we're having a chat and he gets a call and steps out, and I'm wondering, like, will he come back and say, you know what, I think I can't do this anymore with you because there's another woman? I don't know. I'm in it, so I can't really say I regret my decision. But the suspense is killing me. I'm so unhappy. I don't know what to do. I just don't know. It's a dicey situation to say I regret it. But I honestly don't know the way for it. He won't stop drinking. He won't stop meeting other girls. Sometimes I wonder, was I ever enough? Or he just thought I was a good girl and, marrying a good girl will sort his problems out. And maybe have babies for him, and that's it.
The story there of Mansa. Now, Kuku, on the other hand, married Abina because she was a good woman, a great cook, ambitious, kind, God-fearing. But he knew he was not in love with her. We find out how that relationship has worked out.
I'm married to this lady called Abina, and we have a child. Abina is a very intelligent woman. She's kind, she's polite, she's hardworking, and she's very respectful. Indeed, I decided to marry her because of all these qualities, knowing very well that I didn't love her. But I thought to myself that once we get married, over time the love will come. It's been 2 years now, and I still don't feel anything for her. It takes me a lot of psyche to be able to make love to her. And this has been going on since day one. She came to beg me that if she's done anything wrong to me, I should forgive her because she feels we are far apart. But I told her that she hasn't done anything wrong. I just needed time to find myself. She's worried and I'm worried. Perhaps she thinks she's offended me and I don't want to say it. But I just can't tell her I don't love her. She sacrificed a lot for me. I appreciate her so much, but the love is just not coming. Lately, I don't go home early. Sometimes I stay at work till midnight before going home, just because when I'm home, I'm not myself. And when I'm home, I'm always looking for that opportunity to step out. I am married, yet it feels like I'm single. And honestly, I wish I were married to someone else, but I guess it's too late. Please, what do I do?
So what does he do? What do you do if you're about to make that decision? Can love really inspire change of character? And is marrying for love alone enough? You tell me. 0302 216 541. 0302 216 541. 0244 340 437. 0244 340 437. The phone lines are open. We want you to be the first guest on this matter. And you are already sending in so many messages.
Yes,
anymore.
indeed. This one is from Makosby. Good morning, Makosby. I definitely enjoy hearing from you. He says, love is the aromatic scent that comes before a meal. I don't think it is that satisfies your hunger, Daniel. Love is just a fancy, while character is a reality. You live with the reality, not the fancy. You learn about and with the character. As to the love, there is nothing there to learn. It was my wife's character I fell in love with. And it's important to note, because you got married like last month or 2 months ago. So anyway, congratulations there. But the women I have always fancied are Megan Good, Gabrielle Union, Sandra Bullock. Okay. Love grows
Jennifer
with character.
Aniston and Taylor Swift.
Good morning, Daniel. That's from Makosby.
So Makosby, does your wife know about this
I was
cocktail?
trying to truncate the fruit punch. Tropical fruit punch.
You know, it's true that the aromatic scent does not satisfy before a meal. Doesn't satisfy fully, but
But if the food doesn't smell nice.
No, studies have actually shown that if you consume the food without any of these other things that engage your other senses, you're not fully satisfied.
You're full, but you're not satisfied.
You're not satisfied. So, I mean,
okay.
it's there. And let me take Albert's call from Ajirigano before we go on with the messages. Good morning, Albert.
Yeah, good morning.
Love or character?
Well, I mean, for me, I think that both is a factor when it comes to marriage.
We definitely cannot ignore the other, Albert. But you see, we want to know which one will you consider more?
Well, for me, I will consider love. Because if you love someone, you overlook the person's weakness. And as time goes on, your strength will be the other person's, the person who is weak, strength. And then you will be able to balance yourself because there's that thing that is called love. For me, that is what I believe. Because you see, most of the time, the youth of today, we ignore a whole lot of things. When you overlook things in your relationship, the thing about marriage is, whatever you see now in your relationship, when you marry, you see a double of it. You can't deny that.
Thank you so much, Albert, for calling us. Albert's called from Ajirigano. Richmond from Jolu is on the line. Good morning, Richmond.
Good morning.
Which is bigger, love or character?
Character.
Why?
Actually, I didn't hear what the first lady's experience came about, but I heard almost all the guys on. And it's closely related to mine. The lady actually has good character, but probably the guy doesn't have that love for her. I will advise the guy that he should himself to love the lady, because already they are married, and the lady does portray that she is a good wife. Probably the love that is actually diminishing, but I'll that he should just try his possible best to love the lady. I think that would work. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll put the message to Kuku. Seth is calling from North Kanishi. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning.
Seth, please turn off the radio and let's hear you.
Okay, I'll go in for character.
Why?
I think character breeds love. And some years after marriage, love will die. The love will diminish totally. But then when there's a good character, the love will still be there.
But how do you know it will die?
Surely, maybe the lady is fine. He has all the boots. He has all everything. That's why you went in for her. After 2-3 children, all those things will diminish.
But what if the love is not based on what you saw? Maybe you love her for something that she does, like,
Perhaps it's the character. That is why you love her. She's respectful. She's God-fearing. She's kind-hearted. So that's the character.
You're making anyone laugh at me in the studio. But thank you very much, Seth, for calling us from North Kaneshi. Kweku is calling. Anyone, why are you laughing? Kweku is calling from Nakuman. Good morning, Kweku.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, so I'm blessed. How are you?
Anyone?
Okay. Anyone, he says good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Anyone, this is Kweku.
Okay. Kweku, go ahead.
Daniel, I think I'll go for love over character. I think we are really underestimating the word love. Love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy and all that. But it is love that evolves into the character that we look for. We both need to have it. It is love that evolves. When a guy is pursuing a woman, he picks up a certain character because of the love he has for the woman. It is same, it's vice versa. You pick up a certain character because of the love you have for your partner. Even if it's a deceit, even if it's pretense, you pick up a certain character because of the love. So it is love that evolves into the character. Now, all things being equal, if everyone understands what the word love is and is patient, is kind, is not envy, and all that which is written in 1 Corinthians 13, we wouldn't have any problem because it is love that evolves into the character that one looks for. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. My last caller is Sam from Tesano. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Dan.
Love or character?
I think character will do.
Why?
Love is not enough. Dan, somebody's character will draw you closer to the person. Love is sort of unconditional. You might love somebody, but if the person's character, attitude is not compatible to you, it pushes you away. So that character draw you closer. So you might not feel love from the beginning, but there should be something that pull you together to the person. That even when you travel, okay, you are out there far away, there is something that is urging you to come home, to come and meet that person. There should be that drive, okay, and that might not necessarily be love. It might be something that the person does, okay, that always, when you are away, it pull you to come home and meet that person wherever he or she is. So I think character will do. Love, not that much. Character will do.
Thank you very much, Sam, for calling us from Tesano. And our first guest has spoken. Our first guest is you, the listener. We've read your messages. We've, listened to you speak on the phone lines. We'll open the phone lines again for you to comment more. And it looks like anymore the listeners seem to agree with the character.
Yes, even with the text messages, yes, a lot of people are going for character. So.
All right. My guests are in studio, however. Smart Techi is a professional MC and creative writer. He's the executive member of Dream, Believe, Achieve Network and lead coordinator of Rapid Ghana UK. Nice. Angela JB is administrator at Goshen Community School. Good morning, lady.
I think it's Angela's birthday. It's not. Oh, no. Did we do that? No.
Good morning, lady and gentlemen.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you all doing?
Doing well, thank you.
So in a minute, Angela, love. Oh, so just give me the word, love or character?
I think character.
Smart?
I would have to agree with her.
You have to agree with her. The two of you are going to have to defend yourself. when you come back. Hey, it looks like nobody is a real lover.
I'm for love. I'm for love.
Did you just choose love because they disagree?
I've always chosen love. Love chose me, actually.
It's not going to be easy in this studio, I think. Okay, we'll take these important messages. We'll be back. Stay with us.
So you wanted that weave, that one that's so long it touches your toes. Got it. A disco light for the room when the sweetheart comes over. Swoon your matrona. Bagged it. Those chrome spinning wheels that will have people at church praying to be you. But though, now how about those mega woofers that will wake up the whole neighborhood? Ordered. Because you've got the card that makes it all possible.
You don't need a bank account to spoil yourself. You can now securely load funds for travel, pay for goods and services online and at your favorite shop, or give your loved ones unending spending options or possibilities with a perfect gift card. Get a Cowbank prepaid card now, because you can.
Cowbank, forward together.
The Malcolm Grand Furniture Sale promo is on. Really? Tell me more. Enjoy 10 to 50% discount on the entire range of home and office furniture. Wow! Exclusive offers you won't find again. I like it. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Malcolm, where Ghana shops.
Click, send, download, server down, upload, buzz, buffer, Wi-Fi down, print, ping, call, connection lost, video call, vibrate, transfer, call, share, receive. That's the sound of the pace of business today. Airtel Tigo Business provides you with a full suite of flexible mobile plans, value-added services, and reliable fixed services for the startups, SMEs, and corporate businesses, so you can adapt, develop, expand, and progress. Contact us today at business@airteltigo.com.ga so we can help your business evolve. Airtel Tigo Business, making business simple.
Welcome to today's Joy Business Health and Wellness Tip. Let's continue our discussion on cervical cancer. When it is invasive, this type of cancer affects the deeper tissues of the cervix and may spread to other parts of the body, most notably the lungs, liver, bladder, vagina, and rectum. Cervical cancer is, however, slow-growing, so its progression through precancerous changes provides opportunities for prevention, early detection, and treatment. The Joy Business Health and Wellness Tip is brought to you by New Crystal Health Services Limited, growing together in good health.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
So a lot of you people are talking about character as if it's the best thing in the world. But let me tell you something about love.
What you think is love is surely not. You need to elevate and find right.
Love can really take over your mind and make you do things you don't understand. I'm tempted to take a stance on this one, but I have a well-balanced panel. Angela JB is an administrator at Goshen Community School, and Smart Techi is a professional MC. Enimado is also here. Good morning to you, Eliza Olympio of Jamrock. Hi, Eliza. It's been a minute. Thanks so much for doing the listening. It's 28 minutes to the top of the hour. This is your Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. We've been asking you since the beginning of the show, which of these two is your bigger consideration when you're choosing a life partner, love or character?
Sweet kisses, baby.
Angela and Smart think that character is important. Anyone thinks love conquers all.
You possessed of telling me to mind my business, that it was her.
But here's something you can love and has great character as well. It's called Telecel 4G.
Keep it ready, clip.
Telecel 4G has dependable internet service to meet and suit your needs. The fastest internet experience on 4G in the country, with coverage in Accra, Tema, Hoko, Fredi, Atakrade, and Bolgatanga. For the youth, Telecel has Telecel Wave bundles designed to cater for youth lifestyle, starting from as low as 2 cedis 50 pesos. Telecel has 4G internet to meet business, home, and on-the-go needs. This is 4G data not only on your phone and handheld devices, but also extended for use in offices and homes. Can you believe that? Telecel 4G for everyone. There's also Telecel Fiber Broadband. Telecel Fiber Broadband services, for homes and offices at affordable rates with varied speeds, unlimited and bundled data options. Do you live in Airport Residential Area, Laboni, Rich, Cantonment, Jolu, and other locations? Call Telecel to find out about your area and service availability. on 0303-975-342 or 344. Or send us an email on enquiry@telisol4g.com. Telisol, just a touch. We've read so many of your text messages. It's brought to you by Afrodan. Your back must last you a lifetime and Glycocritical Illness Plan. We cushion you for life. So let me begin with you, Angela. Angela, why did you choose character?
Okay, so let me just state that love cannot be taken out of the picture entirely.
Definitely.
You need the butterflies in the beginning. It's like your natural instinct to see that, oh, this must be the person. But then what happens 2 years down the line when the butterflies don't fly anymore and your guy is worrying you?
But are you saying that the butterflies must stop flying automatically?
They will. They will.
Why? But if you try and spice it up, do things to keep love alive.
I mean, you can do that, but you have this gentleman who is doing something you constantly do not like. The love will go.
Because of the character.
The love will go. And the butterflies will die, really. Love is a decision. It's beyond the butterflies. It's beyond the feeling. It's because to even decide to get married, it's a decision. You can overlook the butterflies and move on to the next person. You decide to do this. So love is a decision. And when you decide, usually the character will help you move on in the hard times, which will come.
The difficulty in talking about character on its own is that no one is perfect, really. So you will never get the character that you're looking for.
Decision. I decide that I want you in spite of maybe, there's a person who perhaps, I'm a lady, I'm going to marry a guy who, let me be real.
Yes, be real.
Who farts a lot.
No, that's biology.
No, it's a character. I decide that I'm going to do this because after marriage, it becomes annoying. Or when they finish eating, they cross their legs and they belch. It's a character. It's not.
My mind is it's going to be a very, very awkward air conditioned ride.
You have to decide that I'm going to smile. And even if I say that, why do you keep doing this? I mean, people have divorced over things that look so trivial. But it's character is important. The guy should be able to laugh about it. The lady should be able to laugh about it and move on.
But Smart, isn't this rather an expression of love when you look at something you don't like and you decide to move on in spite of that?
Well, first of all, I think that love itself has a character. And so a lot of times I tell people that I would just go straight from the Christian perspective. If, let's say, you read the book of 1 Corinthians 13, it talks about what love is. So love itself has a certain character that you have to look out for. I can meet you today, meet you tomorrow and tell you, I love you. People just throw that word everywhere and anywhere, wherever it matters. They think that they can use it to get whatever they want. But at the end of the day, what would I see out of you to make me love you the more? It is the character that would make me love you the more. Because at the end of the day, if the Bible is telling us that love is patient, it means that love has a certain characteristic that we have to look out for. If it says that love is kind, it means that love has a certain characteristic. So if I'm looking for love, I should look for these characters. I should look for something that is patient, something that is not jealous, something that is kind. I mean, you hear a lot of people say, yeah, I love this guy, but he's so insecure and I don't like it. So it is not really the love that they are looking out for. They are looking at the character of the person. So people talk about, oh, I really love you, but I mean, you are so annoying. I mean, you are loud in public, and I don't like loud people. Now, that is the character of the person. And like I say, the best advice my mom ever gave me was that you look for something in someone that you can tolerate for the rest of your life. Because at the end of the day, it is not just the love that comes out as the biggest thing ever. after 3 years, like she mentioned, I mean, you should have a lot of patience when kids begin to come in and she's not really having the time that she used to have for you before, and she's not really having the shape that she used to have before. Some of these things have to fall in place, and you have to ask yourself, okay, so if these things happen, will the love still be there? Or if I don't see the things that I used to see, will the love still be there? So you look out for things that you can tolerate, and that is what it talks about. The patience has to come there. And so love itself has a character.
Okay.
So if I meet you today and I say, people say that the first day they meet, that I love you. So on what basis are you saying that? Is it the face?
So in your view, that is not possible?
It is good to have feelings for somebody. It is good. But on the first day, for you to call it love, there is something you might have seen. What exactly did you see that triggered that particular emotion that you're speaking of? So if there is something that has been triggered, it means that something ignited that particular emotion. And love has a character, and we can overlook that, because if the character is not right,
you won't fall in love in the first place.
Not at all. I'm telling
Anyway, so Smart's point is that for you to even fall in love in the first place, you need to fall in love with the person's character.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that per se. Okay, so character and who we are, like I always say, is a sum total of the things that we've been through. If we're going to take it from a biblical perspective, then love covers a multitude of sins. We know the story about Abigail and David, and when that happened, and the way that she reacted, and the way that she then, went on to become David's wife, and what she saw. I always like to go back to the story again of Samuel and David. No, Samuel, yes. And how he was a king in the making, and it took someone special to see that.
So David was a king in the making.
Yeah, David was a king, and it took someone special to see that. Depending on how you define love and where you come from, you have to understand, for me, that loving someone is accepting that they're work in progress, that they're not everything that they could be, and that you have a part to play in that. And so when you define it by just character, the Bible also says, in all thy getting, get understanding. When somebody shows certain things or certain character traits, love, I believe that love can supersede that, because once you understand where the most beautiful thing, and Ellen said this one time, she was like, more than wanting to be loved, I want to be understood, because every character flaw and every character trait, it stems from something. When you have an understanding of what it stems for, there is no greater force than love which can fix it. Do you know what I mean? I don't really usually like to pull this up, but I studied psychology. So I understand that there's no greater force that changes anybody else than love, So that's why I would pick love over character, because I believe that when you love, it sets you up in a way that you can understand. When you understand, it sets you up in a way that you can influence.
But anymore, how is the decision to love made in the first place? Because that's where Smart is coming from.
Another thing is that people say that, love is a choice, and love dies, and love this. And I say it like how we say a fire will die out. And we can say that, the fire will inevitably die, therefore fires die. But fires don't die. Love doesn't die. Love will die when there is neglect. Love will die when there's a lack of understanding. I was married for 10 years. I get the whole after 2 years, the butterflies and things go. I don't think that the butterflies go naturally. I think that if you make a conscious choice, the butterflies don't have to go. But we don't like to do the work. Sometimes it's easier to sit back and say, after 3 years, I don't feel the same way, than it is to say that, I'm going to have the hard conversations. Angela was talking about the fact that he'll fart or he'll do this and you won't talk and you have to smile. Why should I not? I won't smile. I'm upset. You're farting. It's disgusting. Get out of my face.
But you have to look beyond that eventually.
We can't ignore the fact that at a point in a relationship, even if he farts, it smells like gold.
I have.
It's true. At the beginning, it's true.
Yeah, so what do you call that?
I have a question. You Daniel, 1 second. Daniel, Dazi, what side are you on? You are playing here, you are playing there. Look, I am your co-host. Do you understand?
No.
No. You cannot play here.
Okay, I just turned the lady's mic off because she's trying to bully someone.
Mention something.
No, give me let's give ourselves a second. Let's give ourselves a second. Because you see, I think Enima is raising a very interesting element of the conversation. We are all assuming that love dies. And I've asked that question. Angela, I asked you that question. So
I'm not saying love dies.
I'm
I'm not saying love dies. I'm saying that the butterflies will go away. There's pressure. You're going to work every day. You're coming back home. You have children. You have school fees. You have parents. There's pressure on all sides. And truthfully, you can't always be in the blissful thing that you want to be in. Can't always, because when the pressure comes, it comes with it exposes who we are. Okay. So the butterflies will go, but the love should stay.
Excuse me, can I not argue then that our definition of love is where the problem is? So that please.
Sorry.
so that at every stage, what you would call love changes. In the beginning is the butterflies. But after a number of years, it's holding on. And it's knowing that you have something that is deeper than the butterflies you felt at the beginning. It's like a job.
Yeah.
Because when you start the job, you're excited about what you're doing. But then again, you get more benefits. And then you get more influence. And then you realize that, okay, so this thing is benefiting me in some way. Smart, you had something to say.
Yes, I was going to ask any more about she mentioned something really interesting. And I thought that we could even center the discussion on that. She said that you are going to work on something. You decide to do the work. Now, if you decide to do some work, what are you going to work on? I mean, as the couple, what exactly are you working on?
You tell me.
Yeah, you have a relationship, and maybe it's not going too well, but you decide to work on something. That very thing you decide to work on is either yours or the person's character.
But you see, the question we are asking, Smart, is that do you choose love and decide to work on the character? Or do you choose character and hope it will inspire love? So that's the conversation.
People go into relationships and they can even end the relationship by saying, I love you too much to go this way with you. So, Danny, at the end of the day,
people are deep.
Yes, what inspires that?
Or shallow.
What inspires that? If I say, I love you too much to go this way with you, it means that I do love you, but I am excusing myself from your character.
Or from loving you.
Not just loving you. People do love you. They want to see change in you, but they think the change is not going to come from them. And it happens a lot of times. Some people are
Imagine
not really...
if God treated us like that.
Oh, no.
Imagine if God treated us like that. I mean, and we are supposed to be... we're supposed to be in the image of... Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What is the one attribute of God?
Yes, while
No,
we were
don't
yet
finish my
sinners-
question for me. Let me ask the question myself. Thank you very much. What is the one attribute of God that inspires you the most? Even to repentance and conviction and serving and living your life. What is the one attribute?
That God is love. That God is love. And that is the answer. But then again, you see, then it means that really is the character of God.
So now love
you
is
understand?
character.
So, no, that means... love is the character. Because you see, Danny, that is the character of God. He is saying that regardless of what you do, I'm not going to change.
So isn't that the case then that's for human beings when we are choosing a partner? I mean, the girl drives a hard bargain, but she makes a point. That's what God did.
Somebody walks into a bank. Somebody walks into a bank, and just by the kind service meted out to the person loves the teller or loves the person who served him or her. That I really love this lady. She serves me well. It was based on something. All right? Somebody loves somebody only because they have a 3-bedroom house. If they lose that and they are not pulling their weight in their work, like you mentioned work, people lose the passion for their, work.
But that's a different kind of love. That's
But
a different.
we are
We're talking about love in the context of a relationship, then it's different. Because if you went in from the beginning because he has a 3-bedroom house or a 4-bedroom house, then the argument is moot because it is not love. So then it is not love or character.
Great. But
so
who
we're actually
tells
talking
you,
about
definition. Where do you stand and say that it is not love anymore?
because it is. You don't. I don't love you. I like your car and your. No, you.
No. Anyway, if I may. we cannot sit here and ascribe words to what people feel. If I feel strongly about a person because the person has a 3-bedroom house, I have a right to say I love the person because the person has a 3-bedroom house. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying.
I get that your metric, you're using a different metric. So yes. So then again, I guess it also comes back to metrics. So how you measure things.
Yes.
How people measure things.
That at the end of the day, someone chooses to define love at a point in time. That I think this is
which is what I was asking in the first place. That the argument of love dying. Okay. The argument of love dying. Is it that we have kept love in a definition of one space? The butterflies, your fart smells like perfume, and I would tolerate anything.
I shouldn't have.
Is it that we have kept love in that space, and we are saying that nothing else can be loved?
That is what Enimwa mentioned, and I agree with her totally on that. Because at the end of the day, you have to choose what to work on. If something is going good, it's not going to go good forever. Every good thing is attacked. I mean, nobody goes to a place that is full of weeds. If there is a good garden, it will be attacked. So if something is good, it will be attacked. Now, if it is attacked, what do you do then? You work on it. You understand me? So the work we are talking about is work on a particular thing at the end of the day.
It's 11 minutes to the top of the hour here on the Super Morning Show, Joy 99.7 FM. I don't know if this conversation is exciting you as much as it is exciting me.
I mean, from the text messages, our lines are going crazy. So yes, definitely, definitely exciting.
Yes, very, very, very exciting. What we will do is that we would take a few of these messages, and then when we come back, we'll read your texts, and then we'll continue. But the question we are asking, if you just joined us, is when you're choosing a life partner, which of these becomes the bigger consideration, love or character?
At Afrodan, we believe that many of the problems people have with their health is as a result of the way they sit. In other words, your chair can kill you. Here's Dr. Marcus Mann of the Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
What you have to remember is that the spine is the lifeline to your body, and posture is the window to that spine. Now, posture is affected by your daily activities and habits like sitting. That's why at the Chiropractic and Wellness Centers, we recommend what I believe to be the best chairs available for preventing not only subluxations, but also other health problems that you may not be aware of. And that's Rabami and Mobilex chairs. Unfortunately, on a daily basis, I have to correct the effects of this poor sitting habit in our businessmen and businesswomen. Always remember, optimum spine equals optimum health.
So, for the sake of your health, buy Rabami or Mobilex chairs from Afrodan. We're on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade. Telephone 663-085.
Hey, Kwame, what's up here? My brother, my wife has been diagnosed with cancer. What? My brother is here with kidney disease too. Oh, yeah.
Do you know the World Health Organization estimates that over 16,000 new cases of cancers are diagnosed annually in Ghana, and kidney diseases account for 10% of all medical admissions to Kolebu?
But thanks to Glyco-Critical Illness Plan, GSIP, I have spent over 20,000 Ghana cedis on my younger brother's disease. Yeah. What is GSIP?
Glyco-Critical Illness Plan, GSIP, provides you with financial support when diagnosed with any critical illness or dread disease such as cancers, strokes, kidney failures. Speak to GlycoLife today on 0302-218-500 for your GSIP policy. It is definitely in our interest to survive. GlycoLife, we cushion you for life.
My brother, my friend. Give me 5. So, family planning is simple like that.
Simple, Keke. It is pure peace of mind. Now, my wife and I can plan to have our next child without unnecessary thinking after every, And we are looking and waiting until the last born can walk and even run around before planning for the next child.
We are also saving towards expanding my wife's shop while we wait small for our baby last.
Of course, it is said that a man does not dive deep
before he takes in a deep breath.
Bumski to family planning. Speak to your health provider today to help you choose the family planning method that best suits you and your partner. With family planning, you can have the number of children you want and when you want them. Good life, live it well. It's an everyday thing. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Health Service, USAID, and partners.
At At UBA, we pay close attention to your every detail, making you feel like a VIP every time you visit us. We have the strongest financial and technological background, making us #1 in risk management. We have offices in New York, Paris, and London, and presence in 20 countries across Africa. UBA has successfully operated in Ghana for almost 15 years, with 28 branches throughout the country. Visit us today at a branch near you. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Every year, thousands around the world receive impartation from the biggest gathering of pastors, leaders, and business leaders to impact their generation. The Supernatural Empowerment Summit. This year, come and receive an impartation from these great men of God: Bishop Tudor Bismarck, Zimbabwe; Pastor Ayo Orisejafo, Nigeria; Apostle Professor Opoku Onyina, Ghana; Apostle Sam Crunchy Ankra, Ghana; and the host, Bishop Charles Ojinasari, Ghana, under the theme Power for the Last Days, starting Monday evening 27th May to Saturday morning 1st June 2019. Join us for the evening sessions at 5:30 p.m. and morning sessions starting Tuesday 8 o'clock a.m. at the Paris Dome, Jolly Junction, Accra. To register, visit www.stsummit.org. It's the Supernatural Empowerment Summit. Come and receive power for the last days.
Hey, Sister Esther, congratulations. This house is nice, Papa.
Oh, Stella, I love it. Look how the children can run around. They have so much space.
But if you don't mind me asking, how did you find this place? It must be so expensive. I'm also looking for a new place, but the rent.
Stella, my bank, Societe Generale Ghana. This is how they're saying thank you to all teachers and nurses. So SG Ghana gave me a highly competitive loan, especially for teachers and nurses like us.
Ah, you mean your bank? SG Ghana is giving teachers and nurses a special interest rate? Hey, my bank doesn't even wish me happy birthday.
Oh, my sister, you deserve a better bank. You deserve SG Ghana Bank and a truly cheap loan to help you small.
Yes, let SG Ghana Bank help you small with a hugely discounted loan. If you're a teacher or a nurse, we say Ajiko. You have taken care of us. Let us take care of you too. Don't miss the special offer. Enjoy a fantastic interest rate loan for all the things you want to do. And if you're not a teacher or a nurse, don't worry. We have discounts for you too. Hurry, promo runs on the 30th June 2019. Step into any of our branches across Ghana or call 0302-214-314 to find out more. And remember, terms and conditions apply.
Come to a serene atmosphere. Beautiful green grass, spacious and conducive just for your social and corporate events, weddings, parties, anniversaries, get-togethers, funerals, retreats, and more. Get in touch with Royal Dazzle Event Center today. Locate us between Ashaliboche School Junction and Trasacco, precisely Major last stop. Follow us on social media, Facebook at Royal Dazzle Event Center, on Instagram at Rodaz_Event Center. You can also send an email to royaldazzleeventcenter@gmail.com or call +233 246 202 144 or +233 558 148 585. Royal Dazzle Event Center, creating memories and more.
Memories and more.
Seesaw, up and down. Seesaw, up and down.
Dear Ghana, up and down is good for some things, but your internet is not one of them. It shouldn't go from 4G to 2G like child's play. Get true 4G LTE internet for grown-ups. Grab a Surfline 4G LTE MiFi device today. At Surfline, we give you 10 gigabytes, then add 5 gigabytes of data when you make your first purchase. Call us on 0302-745-777 or visit any of our retail outlets and get the internet you deserve. Yours truly, Surfline. It's about time.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
It's a
Let's take it back to yesterday. Before the war, before the fights. You know they give me no funny replies. Where you they send me memes for Insta. Young Kasa, you know they beg. And say me fry, you know they answer. Why you they say you know they need me? Why you they treat me like a stranger? Girl, when I'm in love with you, and I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. Girl, I don't want nobody. I love the things you do. See, I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. So I don't want nobody. And I don't wanna live a day without you. If you just tell me, say you just did play. Say I don't wanna live a day without you. If you say I do some things, I just won't change.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet.
Let's take it back to yesterday. When you they call me one and only. When you they come see me for Lungu. Who go love you like I love you? Why you they treat me like a stranger? Right now you know they care. Used to call the boy your baby. Man, I'm in your Tommy Boo. Girl, when I'm in love with you, and I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. And I love the things you do. Girl, I don't want nobody. Me, I don't want nobody. Girl, I don't want nobody. And I don't wanna live a day without you. If it be joke, just tell me, say you just did play. Say I don't wanna live a day without you. If it be say I do some things, I just go change. Oh yeah.
Still live on the Super Morning Show, Joy 99.7 FM. The song is Nobody. So Kwesi Arthur says, let's take it back to yesterday when the butterflies were still alive.
If you just tell me, say you just did.
Where we're still sending each other text messages.
And I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. Girl, I don't want nobody. I love the things you do. See, I don't want nobody.
So do you go for the feeling of I don't want anybody but you, or you choose character?
Daniel, I have a question. You know, whilst we're talking about all this love and character, have any of you, Smarts, I'm going to ask you this question. Since
What is your problem with
Smarts?
Smarts?
Please. This is an AB problem. You know, you can meet someone, and it's happened to me countless times, who is absolutely amazing. Character-wise, everything-wise. But it is like a matches that has fallen in water. Where you are trying to match it, it doesn't bear.
What are you trying to?
It doesn't bear. You know, and so how do you can make an argument for character, but that love, when it is not there, there's nothing that you can do. Even the slightest things that someone would do will annoy you so much. And on the flip side, you know how it is, love covers a multitude of sins. It gives you this grace to overlook and all of that. I mean, let me come to my question. My question was, have you ever met somebody whose character was everything? Proverbs 31 and 32, if there was a 32. but you couldn't break up the feelings of love.
It doesn't bear.
Well, yeah, because...
wait. What did you say?
Yeah.
Again?
Yes.
Just say it again.
Yes.
Yes.
It
Okay.
happens. Yes, it happens. Because I think, Danny, that this whole conversation like she just raised about you meeting somebody, the person being all that nice, being all that kind, you know, very serviceable, you know. I've always believed that you cannot be with somebody you do not love, you know. There should be some sort of affection. If I wake up to somebody, it should be somebody I have feelings for, not just because at the end of the day, there should be something that brings us both together and sit at the table and have a meal or something like that. So love is very, very important. It is very, very important. But you see, even if scripture can tell us that the Holy Spirit can be grieved, all right? The Holy Spirit can be grieved. And scripture tells us that God is love. Now, if his presence leaves you, what does that mean? It means that there is something you are showing or displaying that does not harmonize some kind of union. You understand me? So they have to excuse themselves for you to be who
So
you
what
want
you are
to be.
saying is that even with the Holy Spirit, there are characteristics you show
characteristics
that
you
will
show-
that will let love die.
That will let you die. You understand me? So if you are in a relationship and you think that the love alone is fine, it is fine to an extent. It works. What would make the presence of someone leave you? Somebody says, "I can't stand you."
It's character.
So exactly. So I have to excuse myself for my own safety, not for
Okay,
you.
that was a very good.
You understand? Not
Okay, so we're
for-
talking about
for-
toxic when somebody becomes
like
toxic.
somebody becomes
Okay,
toxic.
you know what, guys? I want.
But
us to
we are
continue
toxic
this.
and Jesus loves us anyway.
Everyone is toxic.
But we are asking to choose one.
To choose one.
Okay,
If we had to choose,
Let me put this in proper context. What we are asking is that which of these makes a bigger consideration?
if I had
so
to choose,
it's not a complete elimination of the
Of the
other.
other, just the
no.
bigger
Yes,
consideration.
what it is
Yeah.
that which one weighs more.
Yeah.
So in that case, that question anyone asked may not come in because we are not saying that you don't feel anything. The thing doesn't pay. We're not saying that you don't feel anything.
if I had to choose,
yeah,
Maybe
if
it
I had-
doesn't pay as much.
but
But
you
the
see,
character
but
is-
what is the length of time within which we are paying this matches?
Okay.
What is
become
the
a
length
very-
of time? So because it could take 5 years.
It's becoming a very
It could take 2 years. I could marry this person. At the point at which we were marrying, I wouldn't have what I call love. I wouldn't have butterflies, but I really like the way this person treats me. The person makes me feel like I'm respected. The person makes me feel like
Heard.
if I'm around, he's happy. So maybe I don't really love this person in terms of love. But eventually,
and to be fair,
it
I'm
could
gonna
work.
agree with Smart. To be fair, if we're taking it back to our relationship with God,
Yeah.
we love God. You know, one of my favorite verses in the Bible is, "He loveth much who has been forgiven much." You know, and so it is His love for us that inspires us to love Him. And if His love is His character, then it is possible that the way that someone treats you will inspire love.
Exactly.
In you. So
because it is his character. We
yeah,
say
I said
that
you
God
don't have
is
to.
love.
This is like an I told you so. I've joined you in the thing now. You're
Girl, when I'm in love with you.
Hello, Daniel. We're having an argument in the office. 2 are going for love, another 2 going for character. I'm on the fence, still undecided. We are really enjoying this.
Gideon, you cannot be on the fence. You cannot be on. I'm looking for a Bible scripture to quote while you're on the fence. But none of but you can't be on
God
the
says
fence.
He'll spew the lukewarm out of your
So
his
you
mouth.
should
Yes,
either be
thank
hot
I
or
want
cold.
that
Hallelujah.
to be hot or cold.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you.
Relations
Thank you.
Okay, and so Gideon Ameyao is from UMB Airports. Good morning to
Good
all
morning,
the
guys.
as UMB Airports. Have you had a loved one suffer as a result of cancer, kidney failure, or heart disease? The emotional and financial stress is very traumatic. The Glyco-Critical Illness Plan GSIP has been designed to alleviate some of the financial burdens critical illnesses pose on loved ones and family. Do not wait until it's too late. Sign on to the Critical Illness Plan GSIP or the Glyco-Critical Illness Plan GSIP for financial support when diagnosed with critical illness such as cancer, stroke, kidney failures, and others. Just call us on 020-2222-113 or dial Star Glyco on your Star Phone app. The Star Phone app is available on Android and iOS.
Let's take it back to yesterday.
Afrodan is offering you today the most comfortable chair in the world, the Nightingale Extreme Comfort Chair. It has over 10 thoughtfully engineered features, especially customized for your health and comfort, so working has never had is this good. Go to Afrodan on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade and feel this chair. You'll be amazed. Call us on 0302 663 085. We take the Joy Business Minute. A conversation is now heating up. Stay with us.
Welcome to the Joy Business Minute.
Karen and Darrell with the latest stories.
GCB Bank says it plans to expand its operations into West Africa, beginning with English-speaking countries. The bank also is exploring with a foreign partner to form a joint venture to provide insurance products.
Well, the country's biggest indigenous oil marketing company has made a consolidated profit after tax of 81.9 million cedis. The company also, by resolution, has changed its name from Ghana Oil Company Limited to Gold Company Limited.
Tullow says it has brought an end to works that have finally corrected challenges with the Jubilee FPSO turret bearing. The equipment, which is used in extracting oil from the seabed, has been under maintenance.
And Facebook is finalizing plans to launch its own cryptocurrency next year. It is planning to set up a digital payment system in about a dozen countries by the first quarter of 2020.
And that's it for now. Join us again
at 3 or 6.
And that was the Joy Business Minutes. Now, you're still live on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. The question we are asking today is that if you have to choose a partner for your life, in marriage, which of these two would make a bigger consideration? Love or marriage? Here's what you had to say when we asked you.
I'll choose character. Character over love, because it's easier to love someone because of a good character. And love alone is not enough. You may love someone, but the character is really bad, And I've heard people tell someone that, look, I love you, but I don't like you. I love you, but I don't like what you're doing. I don't like your character. That itself is a set-off. But character is a good character, for that matter, is something that makes it easy for you to fall in love with someone. Relationships have been broken because of bad characters. So, yeah.
Would you choose love or character, and why? Well, personally, I would choose love. Character, if your partner has gotten a character you don't like, I think you would talk to the person to desist from their character. So, personally, I would choose love.
Certainly, I would choose character over love. Character formed properly can never go bad. But love, as we all know, fades. So I'll go for character anytime.
I think love is fleeting and it can dissipate over time, but someone with a good character, even if he may lose the feeling of love over time, he would behave like a civil human being and he would treat me decently. So I think a person with a good character is a better option.
I would choose character over love, simply because character will stand the test of time. Love won't. This person we are talking about can do you something, Love so like it was never there. But character, oh, come on. When the person has character, even if you don't love the person, after a while you will fall in love, because subaino utimuse utiminetena na kai odon kwa dia ubetimi ewu minia.
Without character, love can diminish, because you can be with someone and the person's character can just put you off and put everything off, but a good character can bring love towards you. Yeah, so I would go for character over love.
So that's what you had to say.
Get back to yesterday.
Hi, Daniel. I'm Raphael. Please, this is what I think. I think the question should have been reframed. Which one first, love or character? Because in very rare cases, you love someone with a bad character and the person responds to your love by changing their character. How about that? Some would also advise that people never really change, Angela.
People change, but there are no guarantees. Because how do you know? What are they changing? My theory is only the Holy Spirit can change a human being.
Amen.
The human being can try. Sometimes it doesn't work. Like the story we're dealing with today with the lady and her husband who drinks as a go-to. He can really try, but you can't change him. How? Which plug-in will you put in, or which one will you remove to take away the drinking? So there's no guarantee.
Really?
So if you are not sure you can deal with it. Do not.
But on the
do not
flip
go.
side of that story is also the story of Kuku, who is saying that, look, I can't even stay at home now because, like, this woman is amazing, but I don't love her, so I'm staying in the office till midnight, and
I think he's making an error, because what did he see first of all? Why did he marry her?
The character.
He liked the character.
Yeah, so he knows.
So he should work on
No,
it.
but he knows she's a good mother to the children. The house is kept, the finances.
No,
so
but
it is that
in all of
aspect.
this, you see, in all of this, has Kuku mentioned how she deals with him?
No, I guess we're not looking at
Exactly,
it from that side.
because she's a good mother, so she's a good manager of the home. But is she being a good wife to him? That is what love is built on.
How is he responding to that? Is he
also
telling
being
her that I think you should do this for me, or is he putting up plans in order to say that let's do this together? Because really, if she's not coming forward, you are married, you move forward.
I think we're making a point here that love can be concocted. From what you guys are saying, I refuse to believe that. I think that
It
trying
can be
to force
concocted.
love where it is not is absolutely
So why
impossible.
did he marry her?
I just said because he wanted a good wife. and a good
The
mother.
character attracts you. The character attracted
I
you.
think anymore when you use the expression concocted, you are vilifying it. I think that love can grow. Love can grow
It
from
can.
places that you never expect.
It can.
And if you give something a chance, it can actually develop into something. I mean, we've been talking about God all morning. How many people are very passionate about God today and imagine that they would do that?
Even Saul and Paul. Saul persecuted
Exactly.
Jesus.
God
completely, and
makes
so-
it in such a way that it's an almost impossible situation, and it ends up that way. So I won't say concocted. I can say grown.
Even for those who marry and are totally in love, love still grows, because from the kind of love you have when you get married, it has to move from one level to another. So I think that he has a chance to save his marriage if he decides that I'm going to work on it. I'm deciding that I'm going to talk to my wife. I'm going to set time apart. Let's work on this.
He can allow the character to build love.
But what if it doesn't work?
Like a stranger. Girl, when I'm in love with you, and I don't want nobody.
So character can build love is what Angela is saying.
Girl, I don't want nobody.
Kingdom Works and Stationery is offering a 30-day credit facility with no interest charge. We deliver free within Accra, Tema and surrounding towns. Call us on 0302 764 101 or 762 307 or visit kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Works and Stationery Limited, your number one stop shop for all office essentials, stationery and furniture. Now at ABSA, the future is as important to us as the present, so we always strive to keep you ahead. This is why ABSA has invested $500 million into technology to make your future possibilities a present reality. We also want to make sure we collaborate with the right partners to provide you with the state-of-the-art award-winning banking solutions. Welcome to ABSA Group Limited. ABSA proudly serving you in Ghana as Barclay.
When you come see me for look.
Okay, so you guys have sort of given advice to Kuku. I want us to talk to Mansa a bit now, because here's Mansa who says that I love this man, but he has a terrible character. What does she do now?
Like Angela was saying, because at the end of the day, Daniel, you see, Pastor Stephen Furtick says something that's quite interesting. He says that potential is unpredictable. Very, very unpredictable. Somebody says someone has potential. It's very unpredictable until the person works on whatever potential they have. So if somebody says that, oh, this guy has the potential to become better, until the person works on that potential, it can lie adamant in the person. It can never come out. You understand?
You see,
so
it's easy
the
for
work,
you to say this, Smart, because of where you're coming to the argument from. You're coming to the argument from character is more important.
But then again, we are asking if we can help her solve the situation right now.
Yeah, so
this
what
is a
can
bad
she do?
habit. This is a bad habit. And it's very difficult sometimes to put that bad habit away. But you want to help the person do that. Help the person become better. You understand?
How?
Like we are trying to help her to help their husband. How does she see the husband, wanting the husband to be the husband she expects to have at the end of the day? If he can do away with certain things. Now, Daniel, if we are to ask, what are you willing to give away to keep your relationship from the man's side? What are you willing? If it was drinking that a man was drinking, is he willing to give away the drinking
So are you
to
suggesting
be
that she threatens him with leaving?
No. It's about what are you willing to give away? What are you willing to sacrifice for
Okay.
if you say you want something that bad, it must come with some kind of sacrifice.
Okay, let me ask Enima this. So for you, love conquers all. Mansa chose love and she's suffering now. What does she do?
Wow, you've really put me in a corner, haven't you? I think that love bears all things, love hopes all things, love endures all things, love believes all things. Of these three things, love abides, love remains. I think that love is powerful. I think that perhaps she needs to, you see, there's love the noun and there's love the verb. And love the verb means that you're active in your love and you're active in helping or assisting someone to heal. Now he's drinking, he's philandering, he's doing all those things. I think that it's time we take it out of that context and get help for him. Speak to a professional, try and understand the root causes of why he is the way he is, which is the foundation of love. And from there, there's the chance to build. It would be easier for a woman who doesn't love him to walk away. His better chance of finding some sort of reprieve or finding some sort of security is with a woman that he loves.
But what if it doesn't work? What if all that we are talking about doesn't work?
Well,
Because
then
we
there
are
are
talking about
absolutely
character.
no guarantees. There are
Yeah,
absolutely
of course.
no
I mean, on the other
guarantees.
side as well, there was no guarantee that the character would inspire love. But the question was asked, what if it doesn't work?
What if it doesn't work? Then it doesn't work.
But her major worry is the drinking habit. So, like she's saying, we have to look for the root cause.
Because
was
every
he like
alcoholic,
this?
he used to drink socially,
He-
but
yeah.
every alcoholic, there's a root cause, there's
Was
a
he like
trigger,
this?
there's something.
Uh-huh.
And once, that comes about. I think
Are you then suggesting that she should try and change his character?
we're not saying she should try and change his character. We're saying that she should understand and help him to.
Is there a possibility where she will decide that because I love you, I'm going to stay with you regardless?
Yeah, I know
She
so
can.
many women who've done that.
She can, but
And men, actually. So many.
I'm not sure how she's feeling now, what she has done now. Has she perhaps spoken to the man honestly about how she feels? Has she spoken to someone? Have they gone together to speak to someone and say, we want to work on this? And let's not forget that prayer works. It might not work. It might not seem to be working in a year or two. But hold on. It's hard to hold on. Hold on. But do the work. Find somebody who can speak to you. Find somebody that your husband respects, and the person can speak to your husband. It doesn't have to be a formal meeting. The person can come home, from time to time, and then build the trust so that when the person is able to speak to the situation and be honest, you should honestly tell him how you feel. Don't hide it. I mean, tell him in love how you feel, how his drinking makes you feel, how your concerns about how it impacts on the children, on your relationship. And then take steps. Counseling is important, not just for him, also for yourself.
You know what? There's an observation I have made about both of the stories that we heard. So we've noticed the gap in Kuku's story. Kuku has not told us what kind of wife she is and how she's treating him. Because in the end, that's what love is based on. And in listening to Mansa's story, I've not also heard how he relates to her. A lot of men are able to separate even cheating.
I'll choose character.
Even
Character
pardon
of
me.
love.
A lot of men are able to separate even cheating, even being abusive from how they fundamentally feel about their wives. And I think Mansa should begin by answering that question. So Mansa, can you answer the question of, does he love you? You know you love him in spite of his character, but does he love you? Is he showing you that he loves you? What do you expect to see?
Exactly.
And from that point, then we know if there's a great enough motivation, like some Smart is saying, is there a big enough motivation for him to want to change to keep you? Does he understand how much he's hurting you? Because if you love someone, you don't want to hurt the person with what he's doing. Because, there's some people who say, oh, it's just sex, it's just my body. My heart is yours if I have sex with other people. But those are some questions that are, I mean, there's a point.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, but, so you see,
excuse me, I'm sorry. We just had this news coming in. Theresa May is announcing her resignation on the 7th of June. The British Prime Minister, pardon me, we just got this in.
Wow.
Shocking me as much as you. Theresa May, the British Prime Minister, is announcing her resignation on the 7th of June.
Wow.
She has set the date for the announce. Wow. I wonder if that marriage broke up because of love or character.
There's no love there.
That was just by the way. Guys, it's been amazing talking to you guys, but I want us to wrap up. What will be your final words, Angela?
Wow. Choose character. I would choose character. But whichever you choose, you should marry the person. You should find points of compatibility. You should whether it's for love or it's for character, there should be a certain level of compatibility. When you're getting married, wonder what did you see when you were first getting married? Why did you choose this person? Go back to that place. If you're going to work on your marriage, and this is for the two people, go back to that place and see how you can build up your marriage, your love. It's there. It will come.
It will come.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. I love that. Smart.
Yes, I think that as people, I think the first thing that we have to work on is ourselves whenever we are getting into a relationship. A lot of people go into most relationships very needy, trying to take somebody to fill in something they cannot do for themselves. So while we go into all our relationships, let's bear in mind that the character is very, very important. To me, it's very, very important that we have to work on it ourselves before, if you're looking for someone who is right, you should be right in the first place to offer that rightness that you're looking for. And so for me, the character comes as heavy in terms of choosing. And also, don't marry somebody you're not attracted to. So there should be some kind of, love in there. There should be some feeling in there. And that is what I would say as my closing statement.
Thank you so much, Smart Tichy. Smart Tichy is a professional MC. And he's a number of things. He's a number of things as well. But there's also, we're also in studio with Angela. Angela JB is the administrator for Goshen Community School. Thank you so much for spending your morning with us. I know both of you are very busy. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.